Love podcast. This is the first episode of a series of interviews with relationship expert Carole Kelly. Hello, Carole.
Hello, Brian.
So, does cheating necessarily mean the end of a relationship?
No, it doesn't. But if you think as a relationship as being like a vessel, then a person who cheats puts a significant crack through that vessel. And although it can become stronger again, it does take a reasonable amount of time and effort from both partners to be able to do that. The good thing is, of course, is that sometimes a repaired vessel is actually stronger than the original one.
What are the different ways that someone can cheat on their partner?
Well, I suppose, first of all, you have to look and see what type of relationship you have with your partner. If your understanding is that your relationship is monogamous, then there are many ways that you can cheat. Apart from the obvious one of having a physical affair with somebody, there are visiting porn sites. Cyber pornography has become a significantly larger problem over the last decade or so. Visiting brothels, prostitutes, and general sex addictions, even sometimes simply withholding sex in a prolonged period from your partner can be seen as a form of infidelity.
What about emotional infidelity then?
Emotional infidelity is a difficult one. It's something that traditionally it seems that men have not been able to get their head around, and that flirting with a female colleague or a friend is not seen necessarily as infidelity. But to many women, it is actually quite significant. But I think that these days there's a greater understanding from both partners that emotional infidelity is something that's possibly more destructive and even maybe more painful than an actual physical betrayal.
So why do people have affairs? Is it really just about sex?
It's very rarely about sex. Usually an affair is a signal that there's something very wrong with the relationship, at least for the person that's having the affair. They are lacking something within that relationship. It may be their own contribution towards it that's lacking, or it may be that they are not getting their needs met. It's often very complicated, and it's very rarely just about having sex.
Are serial offenders different then?
Serial offenders are different because they are very rarely repentant. They will blame everybody else for the affairs, for the cheating, and will not actually take responsibility for their actions. It's not unusual for them to probably fall within a range of personality disorders like narcissistic personality disorder. And unfortunately, if you are in a relationship with somebody who does have serial affairs, the chances of that relationship surviving are not very strong.
Do women have affairs too, or is it always just the bloke?
No, certainly women do. We probably don't have as well documented evidence of the amount of times that women have affairs. It might be just that men get caught more often, or maybe they tend to disclose it. But it's certain that women do have affairs as well, and probably just as often as men.
Is it true that the betrayed partner can develop PTSD?
Unfortunately, that is very true. And that's, again, something that maybe has only recently been realised. To be betrayed in a relationship that is probably the most important one in your life is deeply wounding and traumatic. And it's not unusual for the betrayed partner to experience some form of PTSD.
So how does a couple move forward then?
Well, the first thing they have to do is to actually recognise the damage that's been done, and the person who has been cheating, betraying in whatever form, has to stop their behaviour, because there is no way forward while that is still happening. And then they need to talk about it. And it may seem quite difficult at times for the betrayer to have to keep talking about this and to acknowledging the harm that they've done, but it's part of the healing process. But most importantly of all is that they do need some outside help. They need expert advice in to help them move forward, to repair the relationship, maybe set new boundaries, maybe to look at even establishing the old ones again. And that's why ongoing counselling can be helpful, but more often than not, spending a intensive period of time, a 1 or 2 day workshop, is often a much quicker way to get the couple on the way forward.
Thank you, Carole. That's very insightful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
For more information about Carole Kelly's Rekindle the Love workshops and retreats, please visit her website, rekindlethelove.com.